Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to the Reptile Barn. A bit of a different video today. I just was cleaning snakes and saw this girl, and I don't think I've shown her on the vlog in years. And she is absolutely the purplest snake that I have. Um, she is interesting genetically. She has a wacky pattern. She's got all these black spots from the banana gene. She's just a very, very interesting snake. So I wanted to do a spotlight on her for today's vlog. Um, so her full genetics, she is a banana cinnamon green pastel. I almost said black pastel, but it's green pastel, which is a line of het redazanthic. I've talked about this before, but it's been a very long time. The term het redazanthic is a terrible name for a gene. Just terrible. Because while it's accurate, het meaning heterozygous for the redazanthic gene, every single other morph in ball pythons, when we say het, we are talking about recessive traits. I don't know why that is, because obviously all these different traits can have either one or two copies, which would make the one copied animal a heterozygous animal, but we don't do that. We talk about our hets, and we're talking about a recessive trait that the animal we're talking about is a carrier, but not visually expressing. So het redazanthic is already a stupid name, in my opinion. And then to also call it green pastel is just bizarre. Is it red or is it green? It's neither one. And it's also not related to the pastel gene at all. It's not related to any of the lines of azanthic at all. It's just, in my opinion, the worst named ball python morph in existence. And she's actually hissing at me a little bit. But she's never given me any problems. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, regardless of the naming issues, it's a beautiful morph. And it is in the cinnamon, black pastel, etc. complex. And so that means that she is a super, if you will. She is a homozygous animal in that way. Oh, little lady, don't bite me. She got, let me think, cinnamon from her mom and green pastel from her dad, and also banana from her dad. So it's a really, really, really unique combo. Whoops. Cinnamon and super cinnamon, and even with green pastel, it's not as dark as cinnamon or black pastel. Still makes for a really dark animal, but obviously banana brightens everything up a ton. Almost in an albino type way with all those spots and everything. So the combination of these three genes is just awesome, especially the pattern. Look at that pattern. No alien heads whatsoever. No saddles. Little bit of back stripe, but even that gets broken up farther up her body. It's a really unique look, and she's just full of speckles, which I realize that you couldn't reproduce on purpose exactly, because the amount of speckles in banana, as far as I'm aware, is kind of random. Other than the fact that, the more genes you stack together, sometimes you'll have fewer and fewer spots. Or the super banana doesn't have spots. But yeah, so that's 3 incomplete dominant genes all together in one snake. And I just think it's incredible. Really love the look of her. She is breeding this year to our tri-stripe. No idea what that's going to do. Now, tri-stripe is recessive, so all the babies would be hets, right? If she were to lay eggs for us. She never has laid eggs for us before. She was a real slow grower. She started out as a bad eater, but even after she took off eating, she still didn't really grow very fast. So she's like 5 years old or something like that, but she's never laid eggs for us. So she's got really good size now. So if she does lay her first clutch, it ought to be a good sized clutch. And yeah, so I just wanted to show you our purplest snake, talk about how silly some of these morph names are. You know, I've never gotten to name a morph, probably never will, but if I do, I hope that it will make some sort of sense. Or else just be, you know, completely unrelated to anything so that it doesn't confuse people. There's a lot of lines of Azanthic. They're all recessive, and they're true Azanthics. They pull all the yellows out, right? Red Azanthic doesn't do that. I don't honestly have any clue why it's called Red Azanthic or Het Red Azanthic in this case, but whatever. And then Green Pastel is just a particularly nice line of Het Red Azanthic. So there you go. There's your genetics background for the day. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, we're the Reptile Barn.